Candied fruit, the jewel of preserves, the most demanding and laborious preserve of all, beating out jam, jellies, marmalades. But what exactly is candied fruit, and why is there a renewed interest in this ancient culinary skill? Candied fruit is whole fruit or pieces of fruit preserved in sugar over time. It's also known as crystallized fruit or glacé fruit. Similar to its relatives in the family of preserves, jams, jellies, marmalades, fruit paste, it takes considerably more time to prepare. Candied fruit is typically dry and sticky and does not need to be stored in syrup. The process of candying or osmotic concentration of sugar is an old one and involves steeping cooked fruit in increasingly strong solutions of sugar until it permeates the fruit. This then preserves it. The natural liquid of the fruit is replaced with sugar. As a natural preservative, sugar prevents the growth of microorganisms. Candying takes place at fairly low temperatures. Modern candying takes place in dehydrators, typically at the temperatures of 60 to 65 degrees Celsius. Historically, this was done in heated tubs over several weeks. Before sugar soaking begins, most fruits will be boiled or scalded for several hours to soften the fibres, which then allows the sugar to penetrate. As Hannah Warhoot writes in Bon Appetit, because of the immense effort, these sweets have maintained their appeal throughout time, especially around the Mediterranean, where you will see candied fruit shops from Aleppo to Provence, and be welcomed into Balkan or Levantine homes with syrupy spoon sweets. You'll also see the technique of candied fruits in Mexican treats like dulce de la calabaza or mert tak, which are Vietnamese candied kumquats. They even made an appearance at London Fashion Week last year. Chef Alessandro Giantampo used candied vegetables to top this beautiful cake. Candied fruit has long been a feature of fruitcakes and other traditional sweets, but we are seeing a renewed interest today. Food writer and author of Nature's Candy, Camilla Wynne, notes the translucent quality of candied fruit. It's described as having a magical effect that's reminiscent of gemstones or blown glass or even jellyfish. Many Asian countries also use the candying process to preserve fruit. China, where the history of candied fruit dates back to the Sung period, produces candied ginger, kumquats, and even kiwi. Tanghulu is a popular Chinese street food snack that turns fruit into a glossy candied treat. Originally made from hawthorn berries, which is a fruit popular in traditional Chinese cuisine. Today, it's widely available with fruit like grapes, strawberries, and tangerines. Mediterranean Europe was first introduced to the art of sugar refining and sugar work through the Arab world. Botanists believe that sugarcane originated from the New Guinea region thousands of years ago. It's likely that traders transported the cane from Southeast Asian islands to mainland Asia. Then sprung South Asian references to something called sakara, which is Sanskrit for granular sugar. The word eventually migrated to European languages by the way of Persian and Arabic. The verb to candy also came to English via the East. The word candy can be traced back to India and through the Italian candere and French candeur. These probably appeared in the 13th century through the Arabic word quandi, which means to be made of sugar. But candied fruit as we know it today dates back to the medieval period, evolving in tandem with the progress of sugar technology and with sugar availability and affordability. The origins of candied fruit techniques are definitely Middle Eastern, with candied flowers given the distinctive name murabayat. That is, preserves made of pulverised flowers mixed with sugar. A 13th century Arab manuscript gives a recipe for candied citron peel, using equal quantities of sugar and honey and flavouring it with ginger, long pepper, Chinese cinnamon, and mastic. Sweet and therefore prestigious, candied fruit was one part of the final course of a medieval banquet. In 15th century England, banqueting stuff, which included creams, jellies, and other sweet treats, presented for the final service of a feast, included candied fruit. It was called wet sucket when it was stored in syrup and sucket candy when it was dry. Candied fruit production is most associated with Mediterranean countries. And certain regions have an excellent reputation for the quality of their candied fruit, such as Sicily and the town of Apt in southern France. Stone fruit, citrus fruit, melons, and figs are commonly represented in European production, while fruits like pineapple, mango, guava, papaya are candied in countries like Mexico and Brazil and the Philippines.